Close your eyes, little one, and let your imagination take flight. Tonight, we journey to a world where clouds paint, shoes whisper secrets, snails teach wisdom, and forgotten hopes glow like fireflies. Get ready for tales that will fill your heart with warmth and your dreams with magic. Once upon a time, high above the tallest hills, lived a tiny, fluffy cloud named Poco. Poco was a gentle cloud, but he carried a secret wish deep within his misty heart. He longed to paint the sky with vibrant colors, to create masterpieces that would make everyone smile. But clouds, as everyone knew, were meant for one thing: to bring rain. Poco would watch the sunset, painting the sky in fiery oranges and soft purples, and a little sigh would escape his cloudy form. "Oh, if only I could do that," he'd whisper to the wind. One shimmering afternoon, as Poco drifted sadly, a magnificent rainbow appeared. It stretched across the sky, a breathtaking arch of red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. The rainbow shimmered with ancient wisdom and a gentle glow. "Little cloud," the rainbow's voice was like a soft chime, "why do you look so wistful?" Poco, surprised, explained his deepest desire. "I want to paint, but all I can do is rain." The rainbow smiled, a radiant, colorful smile. "Ah, but rain is a powerful gift, Poco," the rainbow whispered kindly. "If you pour your rain with kindness, with a heart full of giving, I will share my colors with you. Your rain will become your brush and the world your canvas." Poco's misty heart fluttered with hope. He looked down and saw a garden below, parched and thirsty. The flowers drooped, their petals faded, and the grass was a dull, dusty brown. It looked so sad, so in need of a gentle touch. Poco knew what he had to do. With a deep breath, Poco gathered his rain, not in a stormy downpour, but in a soft, loving sprinkle. He let the tiny droplets fall gently like a lullaby onto the thirsty earth. Each drop was filled with his wish to help, his desire to nurture. Slowly, magically, the garden began to transform. The brown grass turned a vibrant green, and the drooping flowers lifted their heads, their petals unfurling in brilliant hues of red, yellow, and blue. A sweet, fresh scent filled the air. And then, just as the last drop of Poco's kind rain touched the earth, a magnificent rainbow stretched across the sky, even brighter than before. It arched directly over the now blooming garden, its colors reflecting in every dewdrop. Poco gasped with pure joy. He looked at the vibrant garden, then at the glorious rainbow, and understood. He hadn't just brought rain, he had brought life, and in doing so, he had painted the most beautiful picture of all. The rainbow's colors were his reward, a testament to his kindness. From that day forward, whenever Poco shared his water with a thirsty patch of land, or a wilting forest, or a dusty field, the rainbow would appear, sharing its magnificent colors. Poco learned that true beauty comes from giving, and that kindness is the most wonderful paint of all. In a cozy little town lived a girl named Tilly. Tilly loved stories and adventures, but sometimes she felt a little shy about starting them herself. She often wished for something magical to happen, something to spark a grand journey. One sunny Saturday, Tilly visited a charming second-hand shop filled with treasures from long ago. Tucked away in a dusty corner, she spotted them. A pair of shiny, bright red shoes. They looked ordinary, yet something about them sparkled with an unspoken promise. As Tilly slipped her feet into the soft leather, a tiny, excited whisper tickled her ears. "Let's go on an adventure!" the shoes chirped, their voices like tiny bells. Tilly's eyes widened. She looked around, but no one else seemed to hear. With a giggle, Tilly took a step, and the shoes seemed to pull her along, light as a feather. They took her skipping across vast green fields where wildflowers danced in the breeze and butterflies fluttered like living jewels. The shoes hummed a joyful tune with every leap. Next, they led her dancing through a whispering forest. Sunlight dappled through the leaves, painting shifting patterns on the mossy ground. Tilly twirled and spun, feeling as free as the birds singing in the branches. The shoes seemed to know every secret path. As dusk settled, the shoes guided her to the grand, quiet library. The doors were closed, but with a gentle nudge they swung open just enough for Tilly to tiptoe inside. In the soft moonlight filtering through the tall windows, the books on the shelves seemed to glow. "Listen," the shoes whispered, and Tilly heard it, a soft melodic hum. It was the sound of stories, hundreds and thousands of them, gently humming their tales aloud in the quiet of the night. She spent hours listening, her heart filled with wonder. As the first rays of dawn touched the sky, the shoes led Tilly back home, her heart brimming with joy and her mind buzzing with new ideas. At her doorstep, the shoes gave a final gentle squeeze. "The biggest adventure," they whispered, "is learning new things." Tilly smiled, a wide, confident smile. She understood. The shoes hadn't just taken her on a journey across fields and forests. They had opened her eyes to the adventure of discovery, the thrill of curiosity. They had shown her that every new piece of knowledge was a step into an exciting, unknown world. From that day on, Tilly wore her shiny red shoes to school every single day. Not because they literally talked or took her on magical trips, but because they filled her with courage. They reminded her that every question asked, every book opened, every new idea explored was an adventure waiting to happen. And with her talking shoes, Tilly was ready for every single one. In a quiet corner of a lush garden lived a little snail named Sammy. Sammy was a dreamer. Every night he would slowly, patiently climb to the top of the tallest sunflower, his tiny eyes gazing up at the twinkling stars. He wished he could zoom across the night sky, fast and free, just like them. "Oh, to be as swift as a shooting star," Sammy would sigh, watching the streaks of light flash across the darkness. He felt so slow, so small, compared to the vast, speedy universe above. He longed for that kind of dazzling speed, that effortless glide. One magical evening, as Sammy was making his slow ascent, a brilliant shooting star descended from the heavens. It didn't just flash by, it landed softly, gently, right beside Sammy on a broad sunflower leaf. It shimmered with a soft, friendly light. "Hello, little friend." The shooting star's voice was like the gentle tinkling of wind chimes. "Why do you look so thoughtful tonight?" Sammy, a little starstruck, confessed his wish to be fast, to race across the sky like the stars. The shooting star listened patiently, its light pulsing softly. "Why hurry, Sammy?" it asked with a knowing twinkle. "We stars zoom by so quickly, we often miss the most beautiful things. You, with your gentle pace, notice wonders we never can." Sammy paused, thinking about what the star said. He thought about his slow journeys across the garden. He remembered the tiny, sparkling dewdrops that clung to every blade of grass, each one a miniature rainbow in the morning sun. He remembered the intricate patterns on a ladybug's back. He recalled the way tiny mushrooms pushed through the earth after a rain, unfurling their caps like miniature umbrellas. He remembered watching lines of busy ants marching, carrying crumbs many times their size, a whole bustling world happening right at his feet. The stars, in their magnificent speed, would never see these delicate details. They would never feel the cool, damp earth beneath them, or smell the sweet scent of a blooming rose up close. Sammy realized that his slowness wasn't a weakness. It was a superpower. He didn't need to race the stars. He had his own kind of magic, a magic of observation, of appreciation, of truly seeing the world in all its tiny, glorious details. His journey was a slow, unfolding discovery, a treasure hunt for hidden wonders. Sammy thanked the shooting star, his heart filled with a new kind of joy. He continued his slow journey, but now with a proud, happy heart. He knew that going slow allowed him to see the hidden wonders of the world, to truly experience every moment. And that, he realized, was a gift more precious than any speed. In a quiet, sleepy town, nestled between rolling hills, there was a peculiar sadness. Children, when their wishes didn't come true right away, would often give up on them. A boy's dream of building a magnificent treehouse, a girl's wish to learn to play the flute, a teenager's hope to write a beautiful poem. They would all slowly fade like forgotten whispers. These forgotten wishes didn't just disappear. They drifted like tiny sad motes of dust into the forgotten corners of the town. They settled in attics, under old floorboards, and behind dusty curtains, losing their glow with each passing day. One rainy afternoon, a kind and curious girl named Leela was exploring her grandmother's attic. It was a treasure trove of old things, filled with stories waiting to be rediscovered. Tucked away behind a stack of old books, she found it, an ancient, ornate lantern, its glass panels cloudy with age. Leela carefully picked up the lantern. It felt warm, almost alive in her hands. She found a small unused candle and, with a match, lit the wick. As the flame flickered to life, something truly magical happened. From within the lantern, tiny, glowing lights began to flutter out. They weren't fireflies, but something far more ethereal. They were little sparks of light, each one shimmering with a unique, gentle glow. "Don't lose us," a chorus of tiny, hopeful whispers filled the air. "We are forgotten dreams, lost hopes." Leela's heart swelled with understanding. These were the wishes that had been given up on, the dreams that had lost their way. She couldn't bear to see them fade. She knew she had to help them find their way back home. Carefully, Leela carried the lantern, its glowing hopes fluttering around her like a swarm of friendly fireflies, out into the quiet town. She walked slowly, letting the little lights guide her. They led her first to a small, shy boy named Tom, who used to dream of drawing fantastical creatures. The little hope light hovered over Tom's window, glowing brighter. Leela gently knocked. When Tom opened the door, the hope light zipped inside, settling softly on his old, unused sketchbook. Suddenly, Tom felt a familiar spark, a longing to draw again. He picked up his pencil, a smile spreading across his face. Next, the lantern led her to a girl named Maya, who had once wished to sing like a bird but had given up after a few wobbly notes. The hope light danced around her, and Maya felt a sudden urge to hum, then to sing, her voice clear and sweet. Leela continued her journey, returning each glowing hope to its rightful owner. She saw a young man pick up his dusty guitar, a woman start knitting again, and even an elderly grandmother, whose hope to dance again had almost vanished, tap her foot with a joyful rhythm. As each hope returned, the town seemed to glow brighter, not just with the light of the lantern, but with the renewed spirit of its people. Laughter echoed, music played, and the air buzzed with creativity and joy. The town was no longer sleepy. It was alive with rediscovered dreams. Leela looked at the lantern, its light now steady and strong, and smiled. She understood that hopes and dreams are precious things, and sometimes they just need a little light, a little encouragement to find their way back to us. Never give up on your hopes, little one, for they are the brightest lights in your heart, just waiting for you to rekindle them. And so, as the moon shines softly outside your window, remember these stories. Remember Poco, the cloud who painted with kindness, and Tilly, who found adventure in learning. Think of Sammy, the snail who discovered wonder in slowness, and Leela, who rekindled lost hopes. Each tale reminds us that magic is all around, waiting for us to see it, to create it, and to share it. Now close your eyes, little dreamer. Let these stories fill your mind with beautiful images and your heart with courage. Dream big, dream kind, and remember that your own unique light can make the world a brighter, more wonderful place. Sweet dreams, little one. As you drift off to sleep, remember that you hold the power to create your own wonderful stories. What kindness will you share tomorrow? What new adventure will you seek in learning? What hidden wonders will you discover by taking your time? And what hopes will you keep shining brightly in your heart? Let your imagination soar. Share your own dreams and discoveries with someone you love tomorrow. Draw a picture of your favorite part of these stories, or tell us what new adventure you'd like to embark on. Every little step you take, every kind word you say, and every dream you hold adds a beautiful sparkle to our world. Good night, and dream of all the amazing things you will do.